right to... Oh, what just happened? Ah! It froze. Right to the game. Hold on, let me change the game source here. Don't have this set up. Filters, no properties. We're not playing Glacial Hammer, no, we're playing Exile. There you go! Stream Half of Exile to your friends. Am I not doing so already? Alright, so... Okay, let me bring up something else. Not the overlay. I think I want a browser. Yeah, a browser source. Hello! You see that now. Let's see. We're going to change the resolution. Hello. And then change the URL to... Oh wait, no. That's not what I want. I don't want the browser source. Ha 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 ha. So let's get rid of that. Go away. Excuse me, I said go away. Sorry, there we go. You also go away. Yes. Okay. I want window capture. There we go. I'm just gonna call it window capture. Under overlay, properties, not Discord, not Path of Exile, crop. There we go. So you guys can see this, and we can go over this at the same time. Okay, let's see. So we have, these are all the new skill gems, new and changed gems in Path of Exile Scourge. We're gonna start here because these are what I am most interested in. Okay, so the new gems, they've got a lot of these new links. Here I am pointing at the screen with my finger. That like you can see that, like that works. But this one is a flame link. So all of these links have the same thing, where if the person or a player that you link this gem to dies, you die. They all say this. You die if linked target dies. So I guess you can do more than other party members. I guess you can do like your spectators and mobs and whatnot. Let's see. So linked target gains fire damage 5%. Linked target gains added fire damage equal to 5% of your maximum life. Linked breaks of the target leaves range or line of sight for 4 seconds. Maximum one link from any source per target. So I'm guessing that means if you have a flag link, you can't also do what's another link? Let's say this vampire link here. Lose life leech effects do not remove that whole life. That's a nice effect. But okay, so these are the links. I'm not really going to go through those because I'm not that interested in them. Because I'll be playing solo. So we have, let's see, Poisonous Concoction. So this was pretty cool. This one is, as long as you are unarmed completely, you cannot have any weapons stuck in main hand or offhand. You throw out a poisonous, basically you use some flask charges to throw out a flask that does this stuff here. The cast damage, poison on hit, criticals, like all this. Consumes 2 charges from 1 life flask if possible. Okay. And then added cast damage equal to 9% of flask recovery amount if charges were consumed. Okay, that's cool. So then there's Temporal Rift. Reserves mana to apply a buff and leave after images of your recent past. Cast the spell again to return to the oldest after image. Whoop. I lost it. There it went. Aha. Cast spell going to return the oldest after image, teleporting to that location as well as resetting your life. Mana and energy. Oldest after image? Not the newest after image? Let's teleport to that location as well as resetting your life, mana, and shield to the values they had that. So basically, for those of you who are familiar with Curling Anchor from Mana and Artifice, it's that. Wherever you use the Curling Anchor, whatever you have set up, all that jazz, everything exact, it'll go boop, put you right back there. 40% increased cooldown recovery rate, as well as casting cannot be modified, but makes you unaffected by temporal change. So that part is nice. But I don't know why they say oldest after image. Because it continuously takes snapshots. And I thought... Okay, so yeah, I can see that now. Cooldown time is 5 seconds. So once you start it, you have to wait 5 seconds before you can use it? Or is it you reserve it, you start it, and then if you need to use it immediately, you can, but it'd be a waste. It might be a waste. I don't know. Tornado. This one sounded cool. I'm not that interested in it. Create a tornado that hinders and repeatedly damages enemies around it. It will move forward for a duration, during which your projectiles can collide with it to deal damage as though it was an enemy. Then it will chase down enemies for a secondary duration and reflect a portion of the damage it took from your projectiles to them in addition to its own damage. Huh. I'm just swapping over to the chat to see if you guys are tapping. Alright, nothing yet, okay. Don't be afraid to speak up. Destructive Link, Energy Blade. This one I saw was really cool. I'm not too enthused about it being straight up part of your energy shield. So it uses your energy shield to create energy blades, which is kind of cool. Requires a non-bow weapon. Okay, so literally any non-bow weapon. Really? Okay. Energy blades have a minimum lightning damage equal to 5% of energy shield, blah blah blah. 200 energy blades have 50% more lightning damage. So it's just like Spectral Throw. Except it's lightning instead of the spectral image of your weapon. Buff, but this is the one that hurts quite a bit here. Buff grants 80% less maximum energy shield. So 80% of your energy shield gone. Just gone during the duration of this spell. So it's kind of a forget it. Soul Link, not really that important yet. Okay, so these right here are really important. Glacial Hammer, not so much. Immortal Call, Veil Immortal Call. Its cooldown time going from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. That's a huge nerf. Molten Shell, buff grants 29% more armor. Kinda sucks, but modified. Either 39% of damage from hits is taken from the buff before your life or energy shield buff can take damage equal to 30% of your armor each, up to a maximum of 30,000. Old 35% of the damage from hits is taken from the buff. Excuse me, before your life or energy shield buff can take. So new buff grants plus 850. 8 to armor, old buff grants plus 429 to armor. So they have buffed this. They've removed the armor part, but they've increased how much damage you take. It takes from the buff and how much buff you get. And of course, this is like at level 1. So you won't see this at level 20. This will be like a lot higher. The level strike plus remove plus 2 to melee strike range, not a huge issue. These down here are removed because they've removed dodge completely. Now instead of evasion, it's now suppression. So it balances out the random. It makes RNG against you less RNG. So if an attack due to RNG would hit you multiple times in a row, it goes no, and it kind of cuts out every other, or every third, or every 2, or something like that. Every 2 out of 3, or something like that. However much your evasion where it is. So they haven't renamed evasion. They kept that, but it works more like a skill and attack suppression instead of going, okay, you're just not going to take any damage. It's going to be, if this attack hits the next 2 or 3, depending on your evasion, is just going to be suppressed and they'll not hit. Okay, so Veil Cold Snap. This is something I'm kind of interested in playing with because I also really like playing with cold damage. The Shatter is nice. Just saying. Shatter is nice. And Veil Cold Snap is a really pretty skill. We'll say that too. Veil Fireball, I mean, it's nice, but Veil Flame Path, Veil Righteous Fire, there's builds around these, so, but I'm not really interested. Absolution. This is new one to me. I haven't played in the league since I haven't played in Exile since this skill has been added. If I have, it wasn't called Absolution. Okay. So this is summoning a Sentinel of Absolution when you hit a unique enemy. Okay, so this is that 25% chance. Oh, okay, I see what they did. Instead of just a unique enemy, they added the summoning chance to rares as well. So if you hit any yellow mobs, not just oranges, but yellows as well. And then they added +4 to the radius of the Sentinel, I think. I think that's what this means. Unless this is Absolution spell, mini duration, AoE, physical lightning. Let's see, +4 to radius. Damages enemies in an area, applying debuff for a short duration. If a non-unique enemy dies while affected by the debuff, the enemy's corpse will be consumed to summon a Sentinel of Absolution for a longer secondary duration. Okay. Or to refresh the duration life of the existing one instead of if you have the maximum number of them. Huh. So this sounds like a red skill version of Summon Phantasms. Summon Phantasms kind of does the same thing. That summons these little guys that do more damage for you. It's kind of cool. Battle Mage's Cry. Okay, Determination, Dominating Blow, remove +2 to move. Dreaded Banner, not really interested. Flushed in Stone. Reservation was dropped. Main button skill, take 11%. So the reservation amount was dropped, and this is an aura, by the way. Spell aura AoE, so you reserve mana. 11% increased physical damage from 16%, so that was nerfed. It's a buff and a nerf at the same time. So they buffed the mana reservation, and they nerfed how much damage it adds. Glacial Hammer, Heavy Striker for low. To be honest, none of these. Shield Charge. This is something I was I'm kind of interested in doing a Shield Charge build. So Shield Charge, Shield Crush. Skill skin I've heard is buff grants immunity to bleeding. That's a big one for me. Static Strike, no. Vigilant Strike, not that. Ambush, Blade, Vortex, Blade, Fall, Burning Arrow. Holy cow, Burning Arrow got a lot of changes. Not really that interested, but I'll go through it because it's just huge. Removed base duration, but the added attack speed 9% of base, adds 200 the whole lot, 20% increased fire damage. So I don't know how big of a difference that is. Removed base duration is 4 seconds of the skill and max damage, also plays a burn and debuff, the deal deals fire damage per second equal to 39%. 88% more damage for the ignite, plus 10% of the fire damage over time. So here's the modifications. New, they removed duration. So things that affected duration, skill support gems that affected duration will no longer affect Burning Arrow. Attack damage is definitely buffed. Added damage was buffed, and the chance to ignite enemies was nerfed. No. Fires the Burning Arrow that deals fire damage and has a chance to ignite. Old. Fires the Burning Arrow that deals fire damage if it ignites an enemy. It will also affect the damage above. Up to 5 of these units can apply simultaneously to an enemy. I remember this used to explode. If I remember correctly. And I don't see that, so they probably got rid of that in an earlier patch. Cobra Lash, new. Adds, it's now a critical attack. So things that affect critical now affect this. Okay. Attack projectile chaos. Looks like that's all they've changed there. Double strike, decrease the range. Dual strike, decrease the range. Added critical. Okay. Mental hit. Decrease the range. Explosive arrow. Aha! So, burning arrow and explosive arrow is what I got mixed up. So, explosive arrow, this is the one that you hit a target and after a moment it explodes. Explosion deals 5% more damage with hits per explosive arrow on the target. Explosion deals 5% more damage with hits and ammo per explosive arrow on target. So they got rid of ailments. Something that they did this league is they got rid of ailments completely. So I don't know what that means exactly. So another thing is the passive skill / debuff elemental equilibrium. No longer exists. What that did was, for whatever reason, energy you were hit with, fire, cold, or lightning, you gained 25% resistance towards that element, but drops 50% of your resistance to the other 2 elements. So basically how that worked was you had it and could apply it to the mobs. You had to cycle through your elements, the fire, cold, lightning, at least 2 of them. You had to cycle through at least 2 of them to get the benefit, because what you wanted to do was you wanted to hit the mobs when they had that negative 50% debuff going. So if you hit them with cold, they would increase back to full, like they would go back not only would they go back to full resistance against cold, but they would increase to an additional 25% of that. So you can't just keep striking them with cold. Okay, so that's what the elements are doing. Okay, so moving on. Explosive concoction. What's this one? Is this the... There's an explosive bottle that heals armed. I think this is just straight up new. Yeah, no, this is old. This is another unarmed attack. You can't have any weapons. Requires an empty main hand and no offhand weapon. And this one consumes 3 charges from one flask of each valid type, if possible. Can consume charges from ruby, sapphire, and topaz flasks. It deals damage from whichever flask it consumes charges from. So if it consumes charges from a sapphire flask, it does cold damage. If it consumes charges from a topaz flask, it does lightning damage. If it consumes charges from a ruby flask, it does 78% to damage over time multiplier when they ignite. So it doesn't do fire damage, just does it apply and ignite? Oh, it initially does fire damage. Okay. So it initially does fire damage, and if it ignites and consumes charges from a ruby flask, it does 78% extra damage over time. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see. Fire Trap, Frenzy, +2 to melee strike range. I usually use Frenzy on a ranged weapon. When I use it, I probably will be using Frenzy for a moment. Don't know. Grace, 29% more evasion rating. Considering what they've changed to evasion, how they changed evasion in this league, this might be a buff. And the fact that it's completely added, there is no removal. This, like, it didn't exist before. They're adding it. This might be a great buff to Grace. I mean, Grace is still a 50% mana reservation skill, so that's kind of huge. And we kind of wanna. There's skill support gems that can lower that, and plus passives on this passive skill tree. I'm not too interested in Grace at the moment, except for maybe, I don't know. Special Strike, decreased range, precision. This is a max critical spell. This is one that I would be definitely interested in if I was going Cold Crit. So Cold Crit is if you critical strike a mob that is frozen, they shatter. If you critical strike with a cold element or freezing, whatever, with frost, the mob, I don't know how it's happening now, unless they've completely gotten rid of this entirely, part of the ailments, but it was chilled. How it worked was, first crit would chill, second crit would freeze, and then the third crit would shatter. It is how that happened. And precision, this skill right here, helped get you into the. You wanted to crit as often as possible, and the closer you got to 100% crit rate, you can't reach 100% crit rate. I think the max was 95. I don't know if they lowered it. I think they have lowered it. Might be like 89, 90, 88. I don't know, 85. Might be max somewhere around there now. So it's still decent, but it's not as bad, not as what it used to be. Puncture, remove, pause. remove range. Shattering Steel, both of those remove range. Shattering Steel, projectiles deal more damage. Okay, but what's the difference? They remove the ailments, because they remove ailments entirely. Okay. Spectral Shield Throw. I'm kind of interested in this. I was considering doing a shield build. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing was, let me kind of describe this build to you guys. What I was thinking of doing was doing a shield charge, cast on melee kill, volatile dead build. So basically, I would kill something with shield charge, and then because I kill them with a melee, volatile dead would explode their corpse and create an orb that would chase after mobs and go explodey too. And since that's just a 3-gem setup, I was thinking of doing a 6-gem that would probably increase. I don't know if I would want faster attacks or not, but because basically what I want is gems that support both as much as possible to increase both the damage and the volatility of volatile dead. So I don't know how that will work yet. But Spectral Shield Throw would be an offhand, like an offhand attack. Like I can't use shield charge. I get stuck in a spot where I can't really move around that easily because there's places where you can't do that. Spectral Shield Throw could come in and be useful. Shield Crush is another skill that we saw up there. I think. Let's see, Summon Ice Bolt, Spectral Throw, maybe. I'm considering doing a Spirit, Shadow Spirit Shield Wand, and adding in a few Spellslinger options. Because Essence Trade and what was the other one? Gosh dang it. Brain is melting. Oh. Okay. So hopefully this is really good. No. Yes and no. Critical strike chance dropped. Fire damage went up. Added damage went up. They slowed down how often it activates. Because they removed Ignite. Oh. Okay. Okay, so they've removed Ignite. Okay, so they've probably removed Shattering entirely. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at Path of Exile 3.16 Manifesto. Part 3, or versus damage over time. Development Manifesto here. Well, we'll find out. Harvest Crafting, Trade Manifesto, Game Balance, and Path of Exile Expedition, Path of Nerfs, Let's Talk PvP. Let's see. Hey, look, half an hour until week start. Sweet. Patch notes. Patch notes is what I want. Content update 3.16.0, Path of Exile, Scourge. Alright, let's start here. Okay, so we want ailment mitigation. Element Mitigation. Problem in 3.15, which can help classes prevent elements and curses on you, but it didn't provide enough reasonable alternatives for mitigating elements. Solution. Just use a large number of options to improve existing options for characters to deal with elements. Characters should now be able to pick between reservation skills that mitigate elements, remove effects reactively, with life or manifest, gain immunity at a cost through utility class, or use improved modifiers on items and have skill tree to mitigate elements and curses. Specifics. Certain skills now mitigate ailments. Many panting powers have been updated to better mitigate ailments. Okay. So Brankin upgraded Soul of Brankin panting powers cannot be frozen. Instead of it cannot be frozen if you've been frozen recently. So straight up, if you take the Soul of Brankin Pantheon, straight up cannot be frozen. So that's cool. So stuff like that. Okay, so it's not they have been removed, they just have been nerfed greatly. Alright, so I need to take a break. I shall return shortly, and we can continue reading through this manifesto and other things. I shall return. have returned, and I found out that there's a door in this doorway over here. Didn't realize that. I was hiding behind stuff. Excuse me, holy cow. Hold on, you see this? Ah, you can. Hold on. Grabbing YouTube link peoples. Alrighty, so let's go. Hold on. In Path of Exile Scourge, you must fill the blood. Okay. So I can read a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Never did finish talking about my builds. Okay, so crafting modifiers have been updated. Okay, so let's go back to these things. Besides the smart cold snap. Okay, so like I said, cold snap, without cold snap is something I'm looking into. Divine Iron, this one, spelling and physical. What's this one do? Shelling draws an enemy around you to weaken the build up status. Damaging a number of nearby enemies will be used to reduce unleash powerful person enemy to be in front of you. Interesting, not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'll probably be starting with Frost Bomb. I don't know. There's Frost Bomb, Storm Brand, Orb of Lightning, starter that is just absolutely nuts. Anomalous Diversion. See, I don't know anything about these. And then 4% increased reservation efficiency, 2% reduced reservation. Phantasmal Vigilant Strike. Melee hits 4 to 5 for 10 seconds. Cast some melee kill support. Aha! Okay, so this is something I might be interested in. I might want. So the modified cost reservation multiplier. Okay, so they've buffed the reservation multiplier. So instead of being 140%, it's now only 120%. So that could help. Cost and reservation multiplier, not just reservation multiplier. Fortified support, inspiration support, cast and critical strike. So it really depends on what I cast channeling, that click support. It really depends on what I start with. Power charge on critical strikes. Anomalous Arrogance. What? This is something new for me. Supported skills have 19% increased aura effects, so their skills restore life instead of mana. Ouch! Supported skills have 4% increased life reservation efficiency. Okay, so Anomalous and Divergent, and then Awakened. I haven't gotten anywhere to these points yet, so I'm not really. So nice forces, supported spells are so fantastic and effects recur for each seal lost. How does this work? Support spell skills making their effect reoccur when cast. Cannot support skills skills with cooldowns, trigger skills, brand skills, veil skills, channeling skills, skills with a reservation, or skills used like totems, crouch harmonics. Cannot modify the skills of minions. Sword skills then deal 10% increased spell damage. Sword spells gain a seal every 0.66 seconds. To the maximum of 4 seals. Sword spells are unsealed when cast, and their effects are recurring seal loss. Sword spells deal 18% less damage when recurring. Huh! So this is... So Unleash is a straight up spell cast support. Okay. So I'm still thinking... So cast on Critical Strike, Affliction? Whoa, what's this one? Sword skills have plus 93% damage over time on the flyer for elements from critical strikes. Oh, okay. Knife plating. I remember this. This would look really cool for a critical strike for critical builds. But then there's also this cast while channeling. Impending doom. Hex curses. Okay. So this is now a critical support gem, not just a support gem. Increased critical strikes. Infernal Legion. Minions from supported skills. Do you want to know? Deal damage. Oh, okay. Oh, the minion support. Okay. Blast Chain Mines. Protect skills skill. Cannot be used with melee weapons. Supported skills deal 33% less damage and last 5 seconds. Where supported skills have a base mine detonation time of 0.25 seconds. Okay. Base restoration base and what comes. Supported skills, support spells or attacks that use. I moved. I moved. Support spells or attacks that use bows or wands. So using that skill, we will throw a mine that we use in the skill for you when you detonate it. Mines cannot use channeling skills. Oh, okay. So Blast Chain Mine just takes a ranged attack and puts it into a mine. Okay. Let's see. So melee slash is something I would be looking at for a shield charge, for shield whatever build. Awaken cast on critical strike, full pen, deadly elements, work. Swift affliction would work for volatile damage over time. Let's see. What does Hex Touch do? Sword skills apply sword curses on hit. Okay. Excuse me. Spell Echo. See, I'm wondering if you can do... I don't think you can do Unleash and Spell Echo at the same time. Let's see. Supported skills deal 10% less damage, supported skills repeat an additional time, supported skills blah blah blah. Can I support Veil skills, home skills, challenge skills, trigger skills, skills, or skills with reservation? Final repeat of supported skills. Wait, what? Supported skills repeat an additional time. Final repeat of supported skills has 20% chance to deal double damage. Has a 20% chance. Oh, okay. Deals 10% less damage, but then might deal double damage of that damage. Okay. So I wonder how this works. If you do an unleash and a spell, not a spell. I wonder how that works. Alright, so let's go through what this is. There's an official trailer. So, in Path of Exile, let's switch to, let's actually switch things around here. Boop. Path of Exile, here we are. So, Scourge League, completely new stuff. In Path of Exile, Scourge, you must fill the Blood Crucible with the blood of your enemies, then shift into an alternate reclass where, you know what? I think it's better if somebody else says what this is. Wrong button. Wrong button. Here we go. Alright, so this one.
Hi, I'm Chris.
What? Hold on. Let us mute the Z game. Hold on, we can do that. 11 minutes. Okay, sound. Master volume. For now, for the moment. Let's get back to League info.
Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Welcome to the Work From Home edition of our Path of Exile announcement livestream. Thanks for joining us as we discuss all the details of the upcoming Path of Exile Scourge expansion, which releases on October 22nd.
So we're not going to go through all of this because this is half an hour long and we only have like 10 minutes before the league actually starts. So we're going to get through here. Let's do a little bit of skimmage. Chris Wilson introduction. Let's go. Content reveal. Here we go.
The Path of Exile Scourge expansion contains a lot of new content and features that we'll reveal to you today. Let's start with its namesake, the Scourge Challenge League. Upon leaving Lionized...
Hold on. I'm gonna maximize this and swap over to it in here. Yeah, here we go. We're just gonna back it up just a little bit. And here you go, play.
The Path of Exile Scourge expansion contains a lot of new content and features that we'll reveal to you today. Let's start with its namesake, the Scourge Challenge League. Upon leaving Lionized Watch, you're startled by a figure appearing out of nowhere, trying to escape from something you can't see.
So
She hands you a rusty-looking device called the Blood Crucible and urges you to implant it into your body. As you play through each area in the Scourge Challenge League, the Blood Crucible fills with the blood spilled by monsters you have slain. Once it reaches a certain threshold, you're able to activate the device.
I can't move it? Oh, okay.
This will instantly thrust you into a parallel reality, an alternate rayclast where some form of apocalyptic event is occurring. This rayclast is overrun by demons known as the Scourge. They're powerful, dangerous, and come in many forms. The more blood you have collected, the longer you can stay shifted into the parallel rayclast. But the longer you stay, the more damage you'll take. When the Crucible's blood runs out or you choose to shift back, you are instantly returned to your original location in our rayclast to continue your journey. So why enter an alternate reality to fight a horde of ravenous demons? The answer to that question is exactly what you expect from Path of Exile. You're not there to save the world, you're there to find cool items. You can put an item inside the Blood Crucible. While you are killing the Scourge, it absorbs corruption from the alternate rayclast and focuses it onto the item. After enough kills, your item is ready to transform. When it does, it becomes corrupted and gains a pair of Scourged modifiers. One of these is a beneficial mod and one is a detrimental mod. These Scourged mods are in addition to the regular explicit and implicit mods or enchantments on the item. There are many powerful beneficial mods available that can really improve your item.
Alrighty, so.
The detrimental mods can significantly raise the requirements of the item, penalize your character's stats such as resistances, or outright turn off various mechanics like the ability to deal fire damage or gain charges. The goal of the transformation process is to get a beneficial mod that makes your item a lot more powerful, while also rolling a detrimental mod that doesn't hurt your build much or at all. But if you get a combination you're unhappy with, then your item is not ruined. By putting it back in the Blood Crucible and killing even more monsters in the alternate rayclast, you can transform it a second time, potentially getting a better pair of mods that overwrite the first. Equipment can be transformed up to 3 times, and each time it guarantees a minimum tier of beneficial and detrimental mods equal to the number of times it has been transformed. By the 3rd tier, you can start to get some very powerful effects. The Blood Crucible works on already corrupted items, so it's possible to add Scourged mods to items that you thought couldn't be improved any further. Talking about corrupted items, you're going to need a way to modify their sockets. While in the alternate rayclast, you can find tainted chromatic orbs, tainted jeweler's orbs, and tainted orbs of fusing, which work exactly the same as their regular counterparts but can only be used on corrupted items. Tainted orbs provide a significantly easier and cheaper way of modifying the sockets on your corrupted items than the crafting bench does. While it's obvious that Scourged items can be among Path of Exile's most powerful endgame equipment, it's worth considering the huge impact that good Scourge modifiers can have on your run through the campaign. In our testing, we often manage to Scourge items that are far more powerful than leveling uniques. As you slay the Scourge and other monsters while...
Okay, so we used to not be able to do anything to corrupted items. Like, once an item was corrupted, the only thing you could do was to Scourge, remove all of its extra stuff and bring it down to a base white item and start over from scratch. That's what it used to be. Once something was corrupted, you couldn't do anything to it. There was a chance of getting some extra cool shit when you corrupted an item. That's why it was beneficial. It was beneficial to corrupt an item. But once you corrupted the item, it was done.
Shifted, the Blood Crucible gains experience and can level up. You can allocate its skill points in its own passive skill screen, which allows it to specialize in many aspects such as unlocking additional item slots, faster item transformation, better transformation outcomes, the ability to transform unique items, and so on. It's possible to eventually allocate every single one of the Blood Crucible skills, but it requires a lot of demon slaying. Scourge's endgame is one where you control the level of risk and reward, or as we like to say in the business, it has a lot of player agency. Once you're exploring the Atlas of Worlds, you may gain the ability to place maps in the Blood Crucible alongside your equipment. When a map absorbs enough corruption and transforms, it gains a beneficial and detrimental effect in the same way that a piece of equipment does, but can also gain a modifier that changes the behavior of Scourge League in that map entirely. After all, when you combine two types of alternate realities together, the results are bound to be unpredictable. Maps can be transformed up to 10 times, increasing their risk and reward substantially each time. When a map is transformed a second or subsequent time, there's a chance that the new beneficial or detrimental modifiers stack alongside the existing ones, enhancing their power, or a chance that new modifiers are added. Be careful not to transform your maps too many times, of course, as they may become too dangerous to complete. Path of Exile Scourge introduces 6 new unique items, of which 3 have been added to the core drop pool and 3 can be found in specific aspirational content that we'll reveal later in the livestream. Ulnatol's Vow is an...
Okay. We're not too interested in the uniques. If we come across them, whatever. It's just really, really hard to get them as a base player. Alright. So let's Schmackies. Okay, I can't change my volume on the game because I accidentally hit I hit login and okay, so I'm just gonna have to drop out of queue, put the volume back up so you guys have background music. We're gonna save that, we're gonna log in 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Oh, I haven't really dropped back at all. Not bad. Okay, so as long as we're below 100,000 in the queue, I believe that means we should be able to get in within 5 minutes of the league start. Hopefully. Come on. So we're gonna scourge our items. We get to upgrade a Crucible, the Dream Furnace. This is something that hasn't been explained to me before. I haven't seen this at all. What is this? Okay, so in the Atlas of Worlds, you may find the Dream Furnace, a device that grants you the ability to place maps in the Blood Crucible. Oh, okay. So that's what the Dream Furnace is. I saw the map part, but I didn't see what the Dream Furnace was. Okay, passive skill Masteries. This is the game changer. This is cool. Once we get in there, I'll show you a little bit, go around the passive skill tree a little bit. The Scourge expansion includes a rework of Path of Exile's iconic passive skill tree. Despite these large changes, the tree is intended to still feel familiar to existing players. That would be me. We have rebalanced all passive skills, consolidated their power around their primary function, and moved many niche stats to a new system. Passive skill Masteries. So we got new skill gems, streamlined Atlas fan game. This is going to be nice. So what it was, it used to be 8 regions. So this map here that you see in the image background would be it's split up like this, but then each map section would also be split in half from corner to corner. So, and then you would start like out here, like where these watchstones are. That's what these things are called, out in the corner. Out in the corners. There's one over here too. You just can't see it because of the gradient. Because of these watchstones, you would start out here in these corners. You would make your way through each corner of the map and fill in a watchstone for that area, and then complete that area, fight up mini boss, and move on into the next area, where you fill yet another watchstone. And once you had all 4 of the inner watchstones, you could go fight in here. It was really difficult. I never completed a watchstone. Let's just say that. So hopefully I can actually. It looks like what they've done is they've gotten rid of, you know, the initial Watchstone filling and fighting into the next round. You just have to fill the Watchstone, fill all 4 Watchstones, and then you can go in like the middle. Or something like that. I don't know. Improved game systems. Okay, so what do we got? Ghost steps, blade. Okay, so in Path of Exile Swords, we've done a lot of balance work, improving class, element mitigation, challenge character defenses, and non-lethal damage over time. We have made some changes to how stacking Auras and Curses works, and have buffed most awakened support gems. Check out the full changes in Path of Exile. So it's actually going to be worth it to get your awakened support gem. It used to be just kind of worth it. Now it's really worth it. Expedition goes core. I didn't actually play Expedition. I started Expedition, but I didn't really actually play Expedition. So, to me, that's eh. And much more. 6 unique items. We'll look at them if we get any of them. So we can look at Mage Blood. Okay, Mage Blood is one that I was actually looking at as really useful. Increases strength and dexterity, increases the fire and cold resist. I don't know if it's just fire and cold resist, or if it's just any two of the resist, 25%, randomly to any 2 resists. And then let's see, magic utility flasks cannot be used. Leftmost 4 magic utility flasks constantly apply to class effects to you. Magic utility flask effects cannot be removed. So, the leftmost 4 the leftmost 4 utility flasks, if they are magic, will always have their effects applied to you, which is amazing. I mean, you still have one that you have to, the 5th one you have to deal with, but hey. Let's see, the tainted, like I said, these are a game changer. Sacred Lord. Randomize the numeric values of base defenses on and armor. And tainted blessing can be placed in the divine font to allow enchantment of proper gloves, boots, helmets. Huh. Okay, so I'm guessing you need this before you can use these. That'll be something I have to look into. Hopefully I can figure it out and find it. And hopefully it's just like, you just have it and then you're good to go. It's not a, if you want to use any of these, you gotta have one of these each time. Okay, here we go. It's dropping. We're at 55,000. Alright, so close that. Oh, you guys didn't even see that because I have a window capture on. Whoops! I'm sorry. There's so much. Alright, so let's go back through this a little bit. Okay, so this is Path of Exile Scourge. The Blood Crucible. The Blood Crucible is not going to be easily explainable unless you actually see the trailer. I'll show it off again. Scourge your items. Upgrade your Crucible. The Dream Furnace. This is what I'm talking about with the Dream Furnace. This is how you upgrade your maps. Passive skill masteries. I'll show that off in game a little bit better. This doesn't do a very good job. Your skill gems. So mostly links. Process concoction is new. Tornado is new. Energy blade is new. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the map. I'll be able to show it off better in game. This used to be split up into 8 regions, and there used to be like a line through here, like from splitting the corner from the center, and you have to fill in this section first to fill in this watchstone, and be able to advance into here. Like, you could kind of advance in here. Like, if you say we're running whatever this map is right there, where the point of the cursor is, you could get a drop, get a map drop that would allow you to run this map in here, but that would be it. So how maps work is whichever map you're running, there is a chance for whichever maps that are connected to it to drop within this area from rares and uniques. Rares will only drop maps that are of the same tier. Uniques can drop up to 2 levels above you. So, either, like, if this was a level above, the unique could drop this one, or it could possibly drop, like, this one or this one, if they are, you know, if this was a higher level tier. Let's see, Uber endgame content. I've never really gotten that far, so I don't know if we'll get there or not. Guild stashes and hideouts. I have the guild. And the fact this is really cool. If any of you join and play, we could probably look into doing whatever with this. Looking into this. I don't know what it's going to take. It usually costs money. That, you know, if you guys wanna help with it, that'd be great. Improved game systems. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, no, Expedition goes forward, don't know much. I really don't know much about Expedition, so I don't really care. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the Tainted Orbs. Tainted Chromatic, Tainted Orb, Tainted Jewelers, Orbs. This I'm excited for. We've never been able to change Corrupted. Oh, this is the Mage Blood Heavy build. This is the one that takes the 4 flasks. Okay, you get 5 flasks. You can use up to 5 flasks. This takes them and goes, the first 4 flasks, leftmost flasks, if they are magic, all of their effects get applied, and you don't have to do anything about it. So you only have to focus on using 1 flask, which is absolutely nuts. What is this one? Socketed non-exceptional support gems can also support skills from your body armor. Oh. So that is nice. And then you get straight up 30% resistance to everything except for chaos, which is only 23%. I wonder, usually those numbers are randomized. So, I don't know, we'll see how that works. Okay, so, a Sacred Orb randomized where this is new. Base defenses on an armor. Okay. Right. They randomized the base defenses on armor. That's something new. Okay, so it used to be if you got, say, fish scale gauntlets. This is the common level 1 and level 4 item, something like that. It has its base defenses are fish scale gauntlet would be armor evasion. So like, say, I don't know, 13 armor, 7 evasion, something like that. Where a pure item of that value, say it would be level 3, not level 4, and you would get, say, 17 armor or 12 evasion or 11 evasion. If you had either order piece, not the combination. So pistol gauntlets would be a mix. However, that base defense is now randomized. It used to be that's what you got. If you got evasion gloves, you got whatever the number was for that level, for that tier, whatever, blah. There was no randomization. This now allows you to re-randomize that, and you could possibly get better. And then, of course, the supporter packs. These are just microtransactions. They are all, except for stash tabs. Except for stash tabs. Those are the only thing that affect gameplay at all. Everything else